Hello, wonderful souls. Thank you so much for being here. So we have a little message for the new year for you. You have to excuse the angle of the camera and the funny environment. I'm at my mom's right now, back home, so I don't have my usual setup at all, but I think I'll be fine. So let's get right into it. So the message that I'm getting for you is really, really beautiful. I am seeing that you are closing out a really important cycle, especially I think around relationship with the lovers here. We also have, oh, and I have the Two of Cups in reverse on the bottom. And then I have this beautiful card that says sing and dance together and be joyous, with the theme of marriage underneath. So you are leaving behind a phase where you have been feeling, I think you've been searching for that right relationship, and there is, what I'm getting is that there's like a big karmic shift happening for you guys, where you have finished a year or maybe many years of lessons around relationship, and you've been seeking love, and instead of finding what it is that you really, really wanted, you've been finding lessons. And that's all been really valuable, because you've actually been expanded, you've been grown into a really powerful version of yourself, that can now manifest the love that you've always dreamed of, because you are the person that you're the person that you've been looking for. And I think you've found that out, and you are finding that out as you're releasing this last cycle. You are now, I have this card here, Anchor to Fly. Let's see. Beautiful Kuan Yin Oracle. This is now a time for you to trust that everything that you've learned is that's like your foundation now. So now you can go out into the world with this sense of groundedness around what it is that you love about yourself and about your own life and what you bring to the table. And you're not worried anymore about trying to find the right relationships or the right love, or struggling in that way to make things work out, make things make sense. You are letting go of those the kind of dynamic that leads to a lot of anxiety. And instead you're settling into your understanding, your deeper understanding. You have an intuitive understanding now. It's not just intuitive though, it's like an embodied understanding of life and of the cycles of life. And you've discovered that through living. And the Ten of Swords, it shows that it has been pretty intense. You've been through a lot. You've been through tons of shit. And you're so much wiser now. The High Priestess is so rooted in her own self-knowledge, and as well as, it's not just self-knowledge, but spiritual understanding. Can we just adjust the camera? Okay. Yeah, but I really think that you now you understand the deeper symbolism of the lovers. You understand the deeper message behind, or not the deeper message behind, you just get it now. You understand what relationship magic is about, you understand what the point of relationships are, and how much they grow us and expand us. And you aren't bitter about that anymore. I think that's the other thing too, is you're kind of releasing this sense of mental pressure and confusion. You're releasing confusion. And this is just natural. It's just a natural occurrence. It's like you had to live through it and get to this point in time in the story, and now it's done. You're not going to be dragged back there. That's the next part of this message. What you have ahead of you is so beautiful. It's like marriage, sing and dance together and be joyous. I mean, look at that. They're so in love. And it's like you have your dream love ahead of you, if you haven't already brought that in. It's time now to just enjoy life and to enjoy the beautiful love that comes from knowing that you're solid in yourself. You understand a lot more about life. You know that you don't want to grasp too hard. You don't want to push things away. You just want to live in this state of harmonious give and take, holding your loves, your friendships, your lovers, your family. You're holding that love gently, and you're able to witness another person in their fullness, and while also witnessing yourself in fullness. And that's where you're headed, that kind of balanced, beautiful love. And that's just basically what your relationships are going to be from now on, are these beautiful anchors, these rocks in your life that allow you to expand creatively, to do all the things that you want to do in your life. And I think this is like a very significant change in your life. You may have had relational turmoil a lot in your life, and you're now sort of smooth sailing from here on out. So another little side message that you are getting as well is to keep your eyes peeled for signs, and to use signs and omens as a way to like validate your experience moving forward into the new year. Look for synchronicities and signs. Your spirit guides are all around you, and they're sending you things, often in the form of birds, but not always. Yeah, you might want to ask specifically for a sign that you can recognize from a certain spirit guide or whatever. Yeah, and just enjoy this next phase, because it's supposed to be one that brings you into union and into beauty with others. I also have this tell it not in words card. So again, I think this has to do with embodying the lessons that you've learned up until this point. And by embodying, I mean you're not intellectualizing things as much anymore. You're like, I've had enough overthinking. I've had enough trying to figure it out. I've had enough like logical mind stuff. It's now time to just live. It's time to just live through my body, live through the heart space, through the experience of being in relationship with others, but also just with the world in general. It's so, so, so beautiful. This is going to feel like a very alive time of your life. And I really, really hope that you have the most beautiful experiences. I was going to say, I hope that you enjoy it, but of course you'll enjoy it. I mean, the whole point of this next phase in your life is to feel joy and to feel connection and to feel relieved of the pain and the anxiety of the past, and just not have that burden on you anymore. You've transformed. The pain that you've experienced has come to it's like culminated in it's crescendoed, so to speak, and to the point where it changed you. It permanently changed you. And I know it was painful, but it changed you for the better. And for the better, I mean in your own experience of life. You feel better now. You feel stronger. I know you'll know what I mean. This is a very personal thing, but you know that you feel better now. You didn't while you were going through the pain, but now you can fly. Now you're light enough. It's like you've let go of so much weight, but you had to move through the pain and the anguish that pressurizes you, right, into this diamond. And it's funny that you're not dense though, you're light, you can fly, but you have a grounded nature. You have this understanding of yourself and of the world now and you just feel grounded. You feel like you get it. And your relationships are here from now on. They're here. to be that anchor for you, to help support you in your life. You're not going to be struggling to, your relationships are not going to basically affect your mental health negatively anymore, because I can see that that may have been an issue in the past. That's not it. And if there is a relationship that is affecting your mental health like a lot negatively, like overall, then that's definitely not part of your path. And I don't think you're going to have any problem keeping those kinds of relationships out of your life. See, this is the thing about this new phase, is that you're not inviting that kind of thing in anymore. It's just not relevant to you. So, okay. I think that's a beautiful reading. I'm going to leave that there. I wish you all the best in this next year, this next little while, until I see you next. Thank you so much for being here. Blessings to you and everything that you're doing. Mwah. Bye. Hello, wonderful people. Thank you for being here. So we have a message for the new year for you. I'm going to jump right in. So right away, it's really clear that you guys are stepping into a new beginning. And I don't mean just the new year. I mean like, holy moly, you're starting a new vocation. You're starting a new something. If it's a project or a relationship, or you're moving or something like that, it's really, really significant for you. It's like a big deal. It's a big shift, to the point where it is actually a bit of a challenge, or it may be a bit of a challenge. Like, it may ask you to expand more than you've ever expanded before. So this isn't just like a new job or a new house or moving to a new city that doesn't seem too unfamiliar. It'll be like, it's just kind of like a different version of the same thing. This isn't that. This is like a totally new experience, but it's something that you've been growing and dreaming of for a really long time, or it's something that, if it's a more recent sort of vision, it's something that's deeply, deeply significant and meaningful to you. You may be doubting whether or not you're going to be able to step into this new path, whether it's the right timing. And that's what this message is about. You are going to be led into this new experience no matter what. It's like, this is like fated. However, the experience, the feeling of this new beginning, the way that it starts out, it might not feel exactly the way that you imagined it to. It may just kind of take a slightly different path. But with Sacred Sherpa guides you beyond. With this Kuan Yin Oracle deck card, what we're getting is you're being like coaxed forward. However, you might be getting some other signs that it's not the right time, or like some kind of like your real life, or like how do I describe this? The signs around you, the sort of realistic 3D environment may not be telling you from all directions, like, yeah, go, like, it's time to go. It might be that you just know it's time. You're not getting any obvious signals. You might even be getting signals that, like, it can't be possible. Like how there's like a stop sign in this card, and yet she's still crossing. So this is like listening to another kind of guidance, listening to the signs that come from within, as well as from like your spirit guides specifically, and not necessarily to any kind of like real world 3D blocks that are in your way. That will confuse you. And so what you're being asked to do is surrender to the feeling of love for this new beginning, the feeling of love for what you know you are stepping into. Because I know that you know. See, with the Three of Wands here, you have been looking out into your future. You've been visioning a new world. And the Fool, he is ready. He's leaving off his own accord. He's about to jump off the cliff, knowingly. because he trusts that everything will be fine. And you know that you want to do this. Even if it's like subconscious, you do want to do this. Even if you have the fears around it still. It is time. It is time to start. You may have experienced some blocks though. So with the Ace of Pentacles, you might be feeling like you don't know how to feel about this. You don't know where to land. And like you don't know where to land in your own feelings about where you're going and what's happening. The Ace of Pentacles is something that's like a new experience, a new beginning, something that's physical in your world. But in reverse, it's like, is this a blessing? Is this something that I want? Is this going to work? It's like not clear whether it's a blessing or not. And I think you have experienced quite a bit of sorrow, just as much as you've experienced joy. You've been around the block, and you just want to feel you want to feel like unburdened by, okay, here it is. I think you might it's almost like you fear feeling too much, like of the extreme, either if it like doesn't work out or it does work out. And I think that you've been trying to empty out. So I have this card here. Only when you are empty are you at standstill and balanced. It's kind of an intense card. So what I'm getting with this card actually is it means that balance, in this sense, this is just what the message is. Balance comes from emptiness, which is good, but it also, like, it can be good. That can be a really good kind of grounding practice. It's like the kind of nothingness, emptying out of Zen Buddhism. And that can create balance. It can also create stasis to a certain degree, like staying in one spot. So what this reading is actually saying is that you may have been at a standstill. You may have been at this place of meditation in your life, where you've been visioning things, and you've created this beautiful emptiness within you that's been like a void for new life to spring forth, for a new creation to come forth, for a new manifestation to flow through you, to like be channeled through you. And so now you're about to step into the experience of that manifestation coming into reality, and it's going to be really intense, I think. And you're going to probably feel some highs and some lows. So that's the thing to keep in mind. But that's all natural. That's part of this experience of becoming filled up again with something new. And so not only it's like you're diving head first, but it's also filling you up. Like it's like diving into water. And the water's also being poured into you. That's what I'm seeing. It's really, really interesting, really powerful reading. So this is definitely a new year for you, let me tell you. With the Sisters of the Spring swallow here, good fortune granted. It's a very beautiful omen. Not only are you stepping into a new year, the calendar year, that is besides the point for you guys. I think you must already know this, or you can sense it, but a big, big shift is coming, and big new beginning is coming. You're going to be guided away from what you have known into a new existence, and it's going to feel new. It's going to feel brand new, and it might be a little bit destabilizing at times, but you're going to be fine. You are grounded. You're safe in your love for life, basically. For your love of the excitement of this new path. I'm being called to just read out a little bit of guidance from the Kuan Yin Oracle. So If you are nurturing a vision or dream, this oracle comes with the guidance that you are going to receive divine blessing for its manifestation. It's also a sign that you must be willing to let go of how it is supposed to be done and instead allow it to happen according to divine timing and higher will. That's what I said. If you keep up control and keep believing in your eventual success, it will happen more easily for you. There is a challenge ahead of you, quite possibly one of your conscious choosing. See, something that you have manifested. This challenge will stretch you beyond your known limits and lead you into incredible new experiences that broaden your horizons and inspire your soul. You are supported to experience this challenge, but will need help from a more experienced guide. This will make the journey all the more successful for you. Seek out those who have information, experience, skill, or connections in whatever matters are of most importance for you now. Trust your intuition to discern what guidance is most helpful for you. This is about becoming more informed so that you can make good choices. So that's a really cool way of ending the message. It's like you're starting this new beginning, but you might need a guide. And the Fool, it's really interesting, as like a mountain climber, as an adventurer, sometimes along the path there are guides, right, that come to show him the way. And he trusts in them completely. So this is, and it's actually really important to, consult local guides if you're going, oh my God, and then Sacred Sherpa guides you beyond. I just realized, like a Sherpa. So this is like a specific message about gathering a teacher or a guide for this experience, for this new beginning. That's really cool. Okay, so I'm going to allow this very specific message to come through because I think it'll be relevant. I think that for probably everyone listening to this, no matter in what area of life you're starting your new beginning, I think you're being encouraged to hire on, either hire on help like a coach, a therapist, to support you in the new beginning, and or seek out new training, new mentorship. So in the form of like a course, like a teacher, an instructor, somebody who can guide you and teach you along the way. So whatever feels right to you, whatever you feel called to, that will be for you. But that's a really, really powerful and like practical message for you guys. I'm really excited for you. This sounds amazing. I really want to know what it is that you're doing, what you're creating, what you're starting. It could be like a marriage, it could be a new relationship, or it could just be like a creative adventure, a creative venture. Or you could be traveling, moving somewhere totally fresh and new. Anyway, whatever it is, I'm excited, and blessings to you on this path. I'm so grateful that you're here, that you came to this message, and I hope that it confirmed how you're already feeling about this new era, this new phase you're stepping into. And yeah, I hope to see you back here soon. Bye. Hello, wonderful people. Thank you for coming to this reading. I'm already smiling because your reading is pretty cool. It's pretty nice, I must say. I'm geeking out about it. Shall we? So your New Year's message, or your message for this transition into the new year, is quite certainly about love. Like, I have this Priestess of Perfect Pairing makes the match card from the Kuan Yin Oracle straight away. This card is specifically about finding a soulmate, like a love, but also about, of course, like friendships that are deeply compatible and special. But it is very much about like a matching, like a pairing, a matchmaking. Then we have When Love Beckons to You, Follow, from the Prophet Oracle, which is a very romantic card, I must say. I'm so excited about your reading because it so clearly relates to like a romance message, but it also is more than that. And I'll get into that. So when I first pulled your tarot card with the Queen of Wands and the Four of Cups in reverse on the bottom of the deck, we also have the lovers peeking through. I have to share that because it's so obviously like a love reading. You guys are so magical. I can feel it. The Queen of Wands is like my witch card, but she's got a lot of energy in this reading, and it's so buoyant. It's so buoyant. It's like you, in this new phase, this next phase, you're stepping out of apathy into power, creativity, humor, good energy, goodwill. You're stepping out of apathy. That's the biggest thing. That's what I heard really strong. The Four of Cups in reverse is like waking up out of a kind of like slumber. And it's like an emotional slumber. It's like a spiritual, energetic, emotional slumber, you know? Like the Queen of Wands is so awake. She's so alive. She's so like her sexual energy, her kundalini energy just like courses through her. She's so alive. She's enjoying life. And that's what this new year is going to be about for you. That's what this New Year's message, at least, is about. Is you're stepping into this like passion for life. If you have been lonely and seeking connection, this oracle is a portent of a divine match made for you. It's only a matter of time before this makes its way into the world, and you are guided to let feeling and intuition, rather than logic and reason, lead the way. This means put aside your list of requirements, even if just for the beginning, and trust your intuition. The right person will enter your life at the right time. If you've been asking for a partnership of a different kind, someone to help you with work, sponsorship, a mentor or a teacher, an employer, the oracle brings you the message that this is being answered right now. Let intuition, rather than logic, lead the way. Trust your feelings. You'll know who's right and what's right for you at the time. Don't give up on love or the dream of connection with like-minded souls. The oracle tells you that the Divine Mother is overseeing it all, and a beautiful match or connection will be revealed to you, either within an existing relationship or in a new connection. That's really beautiful. So this card for sure is about relationship. I just wanted to check in with that. But it is a really beautiful message. And with this love beckons the way, like I really think that you guys are like literally being led into like an incredibly bountiful, beautiful, everything relationship. Or maybe that's what this message is about, is not just one gorgeous relationship, but like a whole bunch. So like I said, I do think that there's this other meaning where it's like you being alive with the world, but I think that it's all connected. I think that it's all part of the same experience, right? Like good love connects us. Oh, this is so beautiful. I'm just remembering this this sort of download message that I got earlier today in my meditation about the root chakra and the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra, so those first three, and how the root chakra connects us into the earth, into existence, into being, and then from there we're able to connect with others through the sacral chakra, through the relational chakra and the emotional sense, the emotional body, and then from there we go into the self, into self-love, into selfhood, awakeness, intention, willpower. But what I found so beautiful about this new understanding that I hadn't really realized before is that like the foundation of connection with the world is what allows us to feel empowered in ourselves. It's actually like, instead of a lot of manifestation stuff, like, and spiritual mumbo jumbo talks about in like the new age manifestation kind of context, it seems to suggest that we need to figure out ourselves first. We need to be all like perfect and sort ourselves out inside, emotionally, mentally, before we're able to manifest in relationships or manifest in like the things that make us feel really, really great in the world. But it's not actually like that necessarily. It is kind of like that. It's like there's a paradox, of course, where it's a two-way flow of energy, but just as meaningful is the connections that allow us to then feel like we're rooted and alive and safe and also flowing with life force. And then that allows us to really express ourselves and really expand into who we, like into our authentic self through the solar plexus. The Queen of Wands is like a master of those energies. She's like the solar plexus chakra embodied. She's so creative. She's so spiritually connected to her own life force and to her own life purpose. And that's what this reading is about for you. This message from the new year is like so profound because it's saying love is coming in. You're getting matched with the people that are going to, or the person who are going to support you in the most beautiful way so that you can then become your most expressive self. So that's an incredible message. I love that. I'm so excited for you. You have so much abundance coming your way. Everything is bountiful. Everything is beautiful. You can fly now. You don't have to be your own anchor anymore. That's the other thing. It's like the world anchors you and you are being gifted this. Like it's just time. It's just time to come out of your sense of, you may have been feeling like depressed or like worried or like maybe apathetic and just like, I don't know, like disconnected somehow. Or you may have just been kind of hermiting and quiet, not fully living. And now it's time to fully live. And you're going to do that through and with and alongside really, really beautiful, powerful connections that support you in your own creative, unique expression of self. Oh, beautiful, gorgeous. Thank you so much, Pile 3 people, for coming here and listening to this reading. I'm so happy to have you here and to read for you. And yeah, blessings to you upon your path and into the new year. I hope everything works out just the way that you dream and desire. See you. Bye.